OKW Elite Armour Panzer Commander. This upgrade has been adjusted to allow tanks to spot targets from further away. The artillery barrage has been modified to arrive sooner and at a lower price. So sight bonus from 6 to 10. So 10 sight bonus is considerable. That means they're going to be able to self-spot on like Panzer IVs and almost full range self-spotting on Panther, which should be pretty appealing, honestly. 10 sight bonus is like a pretty big deal. Coordinated barrage delay from 5 to 0. Coordinated barrage cost from 120 to 80. Coordinated barrage range increased to 40, so it's like standard tank shell range. Now increases main gun accuracy by 10% and command point requirements down to 5. So you should be able to, like, basically as soon as you have like a medium tank, you should be able to get a tank commander on it. So overall, this makes the Panzer Commander upgrade very appealing. Like the now what you can do is you can get like a Panzer IV, and if your opponent's got like an AT gun, you can just like drive your Panzer IV in and drop the barrage on it, force it to move, do some real damage. Because yeah, 5 seconds, the shells start coming down 5 seconds earlier, and it costs a lot cheaper. I think overall this makes the Panzer Commander, like, even when you pick this commander before, you'd quite often just get a machine gun upgrade instead of this. But I think now this makes the Panzer Commander a little bit more appealing, probably more appealing than the machine gun upgrade. So now we're going to take a look at the Panzer Commander upgrade. This is available on the Panzer IV, Panther, and King Tiger instead of the machine gun. If you go for the Panzer Commander, it locks out the machine gun upgrade. So I have this on instant ability upgrade, so you can see that the line of sight increased. I believe it's a 10 sight increase. So now you can see further than you can shoot, which is really handy. So now I'm going to demonstrate the strength of the coordinated barrage. 80 munitions. Check out the cast range. Cast range seems maybe 35 cast range, slightly less than the attacking range, it looks like. Got a USF gun over here, so we'll drop it right in the middle of that. And see the results. So there's not that much delay between when the shells land and annihilates the AT gun there. So I think really with this artillery, this shells can obviously scatter and not destroy an AT gun just like that, but when all of them land in a row, basically right on top of the weapon, it can both decrew it and destroy the abandoned weapon. So this ability is quite useful in those kind of situations against a set up AT gun, so it can't keep firing at your tank, and just for other disruptive purposes. So yeah, that's the coordinated barrage. Looks pretty good now. Emergency repairs has been altered to repair a reasonable chunk of health, allowing damaged tanks on the front to get to the action more quickly. Cost reduced from 50 to 35, now restores 300 health over 10 seconds after a 3-second delay. Previously it was 100. No longer reduces munitions income while active. So I think it's being brought more in line with other repair abilities from like the Brits and the Soviets. So 300 health is about half of a medium tank's health. It'll be healing. 10 seconds is like reasonably quickly as well. I think this is going to be used a lot more than it was previously. Previously this was complete trash. Just never use it before, but now I think it's got a real role in the game. So we're going to test out the emergency repairs. Here's a Panzer IV. It's taken 480 damage. So activate this. 35 munitions unlocks at 4 command points. It's also got an engine damage critical. And yeah, you can see that the engine crit gets removed almost instantaneously. Can't move the vehicle whilst it's in this repair state. And it looks like a repaired, I believe it's supposed to be 300 damage, so from a quarter health now it's over 3/4 health. So that's a pretty good chunk, I think. No, slightly under 3/4, maybe. Either way, it's a decent chunk of healing. Removes the criticals. So a very handy tool there, especially if you get, like, run over a mine or something, you can get rid of the critical reasonably quickly. As long as your opponent's not there to pounce on you immediately. Sturmtiger, AoE radius from 8 to 14, so increasing the AoE. AoE distance getting changed, so it looks like the closer range distances are getting reduced, and the damage, so the mid damage is going down massively. The mid-range damage used to be 1, so it used to still do full damage at the standard mid-range. Now that's getting decreased to 0.25, so it'll be a lot less lethal now, the Sturmtiger against tanks. That's the big change from this. A lot less lethal against tanks, and just like generally less lethal. I'm not sure what this means, like AoE radius from 8 to 14, but then the AoE distance, I suppose, I'm not sure. It's a little bit confusing to me. Anyway, rocket suppresses all infantry within 18 meters of the blast. Okay, suppression recovery time from 3 to 8. Okay, that's quite a lot longer suppression recovery then. So it'll be pinning a few squads nearby. This increases the delay before infantry near us, didn't it? Yeah, okay, whatever, that's fine. Sturmtiger ambient building damage adjusted should automatically destroy most ambient structures in one hit. So I suppose this will be just like everything but the strongest, like, stone buildings are going to get one shot by this, which makes sense because Sturmtiger is kind of what it was originally designed for, is like just destroying massive structures. So it makes sense that it should be able to destroy basically any structure in the game. But I think overall this is there's more changes to the Sturmtiger, but these are definitely nerfs to its like anti-tank capabilities. But they did change in the 1.7 changes. Sturmtiger grenade range has been increased. Well, it was a bit of a meme before, but now 25 ranges, you could probably actually use it. No longer immobile when reloading. Instead receives 60% speed decrease when reloading, so a bit more like the AVRE now. It'll be a lot slower when reloading, whereas the AVRE still moves around at regular speed, but probably a benefit overall. Vet 5 increases the speed of Sturmtiger reloading by a lot. Oh, okay. Speed of the Sturmtiger when reloading. So go faster when reloading. And not reload it faster. Veterancy requirements being reduced. I think that's fair enough now that it's not going to be doing so much damage against tanks especially. And you never saw, I don't think I ever saw, maybe like twice I saw a Vet 5 Sturmtiger, like ever. So I still don't think we'll see much above Vet 3, but whatever. Shares the limit of 1 with King Tiger. Neither tank may be called in if the other is on the field. I feel like Sturmtiger kind of shares a similar role as like rocket artillery, not really with the King Tiger, so I feel like that change is not really necessary, but maybe now that it can reload on the move, it's just that much more powerful. So now we're going to take a look at the revised Sturmtiger. See quite a few changes. I'm going to fire at this blob here. Quite a few tanks, infantry all scattered around. So at the moment this is locking out the ability to go for other heavy tanks like the King Tiger. So there you can see the suppression of it. So annihilated that squad, did 560 damage. I believe it's still 560 damage, so almost one-shots a medium tank. And yeah, causes suppression on infantry. The AoE on infantry still seems to be pretty decent, like still doing damage out to quite a long range, but the wipe radius seems to have gone down a little bit. So we're going to take a look at the grenade launchers. Had its range increased, so you can see the edge of the range there now. Oops. So you can see the edge of the range there now. So quite a lot further now. This is actually usable against a squad out here in the open. Try to do it right in the middle of them. 6-man squad as well. So it drops 2 models there. Does about half health overall to 6-man squad. Cooldown you can see there. Reasonably quick cooldown on it. That has to be said. Just on now the squad clumped behind. White cover still 6 men though. Doesn't get the wipe there. Wipes 3 models again. So comes out, the grenade itself comes out pretty quickly, and it looks like you don't have to be pointed directly at the squad. Grenades can kind of come out at unusual angles, so that could catch people off guard with the range of it, but not super strong. You might want to use it maybe if you're in a dicey position against a anti-tank gun or something, but as you can see here, its AoE isn't amazing. I've just fired a Sturmtiger rocket. So now this does have auto reload, however it doesn't automatically start reloading, so you can choose to now back away at regular speed to get away to safety, or you can start reloading. You can see the speed penalty there. I think still get 60% of your regular move speed, so the Sturmtiger, this is moving around at a decent speed, but it does increase the viability of the Sturmtiger. Maybe you want to treat its maybe like 30 range away from the front lines and then start the reload process and back it away slightly further as it continues to reload. Or you could just start reloading as soon as you fire the shell if you're in a safe position to do so. So that's the Sturmtiger's reload on the move function now. 221/223. 221 available from Command HQ after any truck has been converted. Costs 220 manpower, 20 fuel. 221 capable of dropping medical kits. Okay, well I suppose that's probably good if you want to alternative, especially if you lose your Sturm Pioneers. Can be upgraded for 100 manpower and 10 fuel to 223. 223 is able to lock down territory and generates additional income. So I believe it becomes just like a fuel and munitions cache basically, but it can move around. Also automatically detects armored vehicles on the minimap within a range of 85. So 85 is pretty long range. I think that's 5 range longer than the Jaeger can shoot. So, you know, that's just to give you an idea of how far it is. So it's replacing signal relay. So it used to be able to, like with this commander, it was a very popular strategy in team games to use signal relay, find the US Forces ambulance and then just bomb it with a walking Stuka, but that won't be as viable as used to be now. But it's getting added, kind of getting integrated into the 223 now. Gain shared veterancy. Veterancy similar to 222 except Vet 1. Defensive smoke replaces infantry awareness. Smoke similar to Panzer Tactician. So it's getting Panzer Tactician at Vet 1, which will make it a lot more survivable. 221 used to be in the game, if you've been around for that long. Didn't see, I mean, it used to be pretty good against hunting down snipers, and maybe that's what this will be quite popular for. I'm not sure if it's got any received accuracy bonuses against snipers, but 221 used to be like the sniper hunting vehicle. So I imagine this is kind of like a nice way for OKW to get another way to counter snipers. Because, I mean, at, what is it, 220 manpower, 20 fuel. Similar cost to like sending in like a 222 to just go on a suicide mission after a sniper. So it's, you know, I think this will be pretty interesting. And we'll probably see a bit of use, honestly. Especially in team games. Vet 4, let's get into its veterancy. Vet 4 now reduces incoming damage by 25%. Oh, when it's in lockdown. Okay, so I imagine they'll take it up to 3 shots to kill instead of 2 from most tanks. Vet 5 allows the 221/3 to plant Regal anti-tank mines, same ones used by the 251 half-track. So this is usually like a whole commander slot ability by itself, so it's a nice benefit. And if it's got, I don't know what veterancy is like, how quickly it'll accumulate it through shared veterancy, but we have to wait and see. It's certainly an interesting idea. Gets to use some of the models that aren't really used in the game right now. The 221, good at hunting down snipers, gives you a little bit of anti-infantry support in the early game, and then the 223 transitioning into the late game, get some more resources. Should be interesting. So first thing in this commander is the 221 scout car. You build this from the HQ, as you can see, but you require a converted headquarters before you can build it from the HQ, so we'll convert a structure right now.
Secure the vehicle. Location set. Begin conversion.
Turn off the speed off so we can see how long it takes to build. So it looks like it builds not very quickly. So yeah, definitely not super quick build time on the 221.
Check weapons. Keep ammo at ready. Prepare for combat.
So if you're new to Code 2, you might not have ever seen this. The 221 used to be a unit in Wehrmacht, and then you could upgrade it to the 222 with the autocannon. But was very strong at chasing down and killing snipers, but wasn't very powerful apart from that. Past. So here has access to the same medical crates as Sturmtigers. You can also get the radio set. Looks like this can be upgraded when you're out of friendly territory, so similar to other OKW upgrades, you don't need to be in friendly territory to start the upgrade, and that will give it the extra reconnaissance abilities, and I think that's how it unlocks its territory lockdown mode as well. It's got defensive smoke, requires Vet 1, I believe that's Panzer Tactician.
Task complete.
Now, yeah, so the smoke comes in basically instantaneously, just like Panzer Tactician force there, so pretty powerful ability, no delay on that like the AEC smoke has for instance. So now that we've got the radio set upgraded, we have the extra ability, signal relay, similar to the old ability that used to be on the commander slot here. However, this time it's just in a radius around the vehicle, and it's passive, you don't have to upgrade it or automatically detect, and that's about the range there. Enemy vehicle here, you can open that in the tactical map and see that that's a T-34-76, so you can see the range there. Decent chunk of range, I believe it's 80. So yeah, you can get the drop on your opponents, but there's another vehicle up here which you can't see. It's out of range, so certainly not map wide, but can give you a bit of a advantage on your opponent. See where the armor is moving. Also, this unlocks the lockdown mode. So at the moment we've got 27 munitions, 17 fuel. We'll make sure we're in this sector. I think you can plant this in any sector.
Let's move.
Anywhere in the sector.
Prepare to execute orders.
So now I believe that this sector cannot be captured by enemy units while lockdown mode is enabled. And resources have gone up by 3 fuel and 5 munitions, I believe. So it's doubled the income from this point.
Complete.
So I'm trying to move right now.
Prepare
So you have to wait until that cooldown is all the way down before being able to move again. So there's a bit of a pack down time associated with this lockdown mode. I'll move this right into the bottom of the sector here. Lockdown. So yeah, now we're doubling the fuel from this bonus 7 fuel, and we will double check if you can capture this with an enemy squad. Okay, so you can capture that with the enemy squad even though the sector is in lockdown. So it's just increased resources as well as like the signal relay. This also has the Regal mine at Vet 5, same as the Austria half-track one, which you get kind of like Jaeger armor, I believe. But yeah, you have to get to Vet 5, so it's going to be quite tricky to get to. But these mines, remember, I think they do 300 damage, so a little bit less than tellers, but they immobilize the enemy vehicle. So that if the enemy vehicle runs over one of these mines, it's as good as dead, unless it's somehow in super friendly territory, in which case good on you for planting a Regal mine that deep in enemy territory. But yeah, these mines are extremely strong, so I can understand them being locked behind Vet 5, because otherwise that could be pretty busted. So yeah, that's a look at the 223 scout car. Overwatch. I'm switching commanders now. Forward receivers and early warning. So that's like the bonus sight range on your HQs and the flares that are on all the points. Getting merged into one commander slot. Getting renamed to early warning systems. It's probably fair enough. The flares are pretty good on that command, honestly. Like, the flares are good. So the forward HQs being able to see further is pretty inconsequential, but yeah, now it's taking up one slot, so that makes it pretty good. And they're adding in the Jaeger light infantry. Reinforcement cost is getting decreased by a lot. That's a huge reinforcement cost decrease. Be more in line with most other mainline infantry squads now, like I think they're still more expensive than riflemen, but not that much more. Camouflage is now available at Vet 0 and has first strike bonuses, increases accuracy by 50% for 5 seconds. So if you're making use of the camouflage with the first strike bonus, that could do some real damage. And I did play against Jaeger lights in one of on stream in one of my matches, and they did seem pretty strong against barred riflemen. Double bar rifleman as well. Especially, yeah, we'll get onto that soon. Jaeger light infantry G43 sniper rifle, light and heavy cover accuracy modifiers from 0.5. So it's usually this is your accuracy. So it's usually like most guns, most small arms is half as accurate when shooting at heavy and light cover, but the sniper rifle is going to 0.9, so it'll make Jaeger lights stronger against units in cover. And the Jaeger light G43 sniper rifle, it's and in garrisons as well. So overall, it's going to be stronger against units in garrisons. I mean, this isn't a huge change, but it's a nice change, and this is the big change: reinforcement cost going down. And the camouflage at Vet 0. When I played against them, they did seem quite strong. And especially if you're in like an awkward position, like they do come on to feel like pretty early. And especially as US forces, as all factions, maybe not as Brits, but as US forces and Soviets, sometimes when you're like in a little bit of trouble early game, you can really struggle to afford your ambulance or your healing upgrade for Soviets. And Jaeger Lights with their sniper rifle will cut down low health squads really quickly. So kind of by fielding a squad of Jaeger Lights, you force your opponent to get healing, which might not line up with their intended build, especially if they're a little bit behind already. So I think this overall makes them quite appealing. And you have to remember Jaeger Lights have quite long line of sight as well. Very useful as a recon unit. So now we're taking a look at the Jaeger Light Infantry squads. Remember, these are one of the few squads remaining that you can still deploy from buildings even in like enemy territory.
Orders received. Squad, ready to...
However, from this commander, unlike Scavenge, they won't have access to the infiltration grenades. They do get booby traps right at Vet 0 though, so it's pretty nice. And sprint as well.
Nothing like a trek through the countryside.
There they go. Look at that guy run. And there you got to see already like a taste of their newly improved camouflage available at Vet 0. Much more like the Commando camouflage, so not quite as strong as like a sniper camouflage, but still pretty decent. Better than a few other squads, but yeah, not quite as good as sniper camo, because your squad can kind of squeeze out of it as it moves along the camouflage. Also get the ambush bonus when firing a squad when coming out of camo. Quick demonstration of that. See there, that's the symbol. Bonus accuracy, I believe it is, for the first 5 seconds. So we're going to help them pick off the first model or two, try to get an advantage. So now we're going to take a look at the combat strength of the Jaeger Light Infantry. We're up against riflemen close range. Historically, when Scavenge was popular with Jaeger Lights, been popular in the past, and was most popular against US forces. And it looks like the riflemen take them down pretty easy in close range, especially when the squad is at full health like that. So now we're going to demonstrate Jaeger's long range versus riflemen, but first I want to show you how long the line of sight is here. They are ages away from this rifle squad. So I think they would have like maybe 50 sight range, maybe even more. Really a lot of sight range. Here we are, long range. And all 4 models there, notice, show one squad, did some damage to it, and then the sniper picked it off instantly. That's what Jaegers are all about. Similar situation again. Infantry models kind of focus one model and then the sniper rifle picks it off. There you go, see the sniper rifle sniping off the low health model again. So that's what the Jaeger Light is really all about. These are longer range engagements, and especially against lower health squads. If a squad's coming in at low health, it's going to get shredded by the Jaeger Light sniper really quickly. Sector Assault removed. Okay, that ability was very weird. I had no idea what it did, but it would have been nice if it could have got reworked perhaps instead of just outright removed. And LeFH got added in its place. Vet 1 to 3, LeFH now matches the Austria counterpart. Vet 4 improves counter barrage reload time, and Vet 5 allows single fire direct shot up to 50 meters. So it used to be a common complaint about the LeFH that at one point it used to be the same. It used to be Vet 1 to 3 matched the Austria counterpart, but then Vet 4 was like the same as the Austria counterpart. Vet 2, Vet 5 was the same as the Austria Vet 3. So OKW Howitzer was like super accurate and really powerful Vet 4 and Vet 5. Then they spread the bonuses out across the 5 command point, 5 slots of veherency. So they kind of just made it outright worse than the Austria one, but now finally getting rectified, getting some kind of utility abilities. Direct shot, 50 meters. That'll be interesting. I suppose it'll make it a little bit like the B4. Yeah, I'm not sure about the LeFH fitting into this commander, honestly, but it is nice to see it getting reworked with the veterancy at the very least. So now we're going to be taking a look at the Vet 5 LeFH ability, the Direct Fire. As you can see here, the minimum cast range is very low, basically only so it can't end up hitting itself. I'll be using it against this T-34. So it does regular howitzer damage there, 160, same as normal, so it doesn't make the howitzer round any faster, and it also shares a cooldown with a regular barrage, which at this level of veterancy is pretty quick cooldown, but still worth noting.